Hi, everybody. This is Marie Speed. I'm editor at Boca Magazine, and this is Boca Goes Live. We do these little FaceTime chats every now and then, and I wanted to do this one because it's talking about one of my favorite events, the Boca Ballroom Battle. And I wanted to get Debbie to update us because there's a lot going on. And Debbie, how long have we been doing Boca Ballroom Battle now?
This is our 13th year. We started in 2008.
And that was the one over at the pavilion.
Yes.
There was a little group of people. It was so different. And, you know, within what, 5 years, it was at the resort, and it was this giant extravaganza, Dancing with the Stars. I mean,
yeah, we actually, the second year, 2009, we had to go to the resort because that first year, we actually had 100 people waiting outside to get in. And due to, the allotment that was permitted in there by the fire department, we couldn't let them in. And we knew we had to go elsewhere. And we went to the resort. We were in the Royal that year, and we sold out. And we have since been in the Grand Ballroom because we get 800 to 900 guests every year.
You don't have to tell me.
I know, you danced.
I know, I did. And I'd like to talk all about me for the rest of this, but I won't. What's your favorite part of this event?
I think it's meeting
I guess
the
when
dance.
it's over? It's when it's over.
Yeah,
right?
well, when it's over, because then I get to have a glass of champagne. But it's really meeting the dancers. And, I've been so lucky to become friends with so many of them. And they come back year after year. And I don't know how to explain that, but it's awesome. We get the best group of 8 people every year, and it's lovely. So that is probably my most favorite part. And then, of course, when it's over and I'm having a glass of champagne.
Yeah. And this year, I mean, this is with this awful COVID thing, everything is turned upside down. Everybody's trying to do everything virtually. Most of the virtual stuff is so boring. I'm sorry, I can't watch it. But this is going to be like live TV. I mean, this isn't live TV, but how's it different? And tell us all about it.
So it's completely different from a virtual event. It is as if you were watching a television show. So if you tune in to your television and you're watching a show, it's pre-recorded, and that's what it's going to be. We are producing with WPTV and Comar Productions the event. So it'll be 1 full hour on television. You will see all the dancers dance. You'll see an opening number, closing number. So you're not going to miss any of the excitement that we always have. And the opening is going to be quite exciting. We have stairs where our dancers are going to be coming down the stairs, and it's very cool. Tim came up with this idea. He was watching, I think it was a PBS show, and the next morning he calls me and he said, "What do you think about going on television and doing it?" And then, obviously Paige and Glenn's name came into my brain, and I picked up the phone and I called Paige, and she had this rolling within 20 minutes.
Paige Kornblue.
Yes.
Is you're always your MC, and she used to be a news anchor, so she knows her way around, a TV studio. And Glenn Glazer, who's now not going to be a weatherman anymore. Did you read that in the paper?
Yeah.
A longtime weatherman, and the two of them co-MC the event. And of course, Tim Snow is, George Snow's son of the George Snow Scholarship Fund. So This is going to be a regular TV show. How do you think it'll work? Well, I mean, tell us what time and what date and all that.
So it is going to be September the 26th at 7 p.m. on NBC. And for those of our viewing audience that may not be in town, they'll actually be able to go and live stream it off the web. So there's 2 ways of viewing it. We have so many people that haven't come back yet, and they'll be able to be in their summer homes watching it.
Awesome. So how do you think it'll work? I mean, it's going to be different. It's not going to have the length. I mean, generally that event lasts for hours.
Yes.
And it's you get to see everybody, and it's quite the big deal. It's the event of the summer. How is this going to feel different? Do you think?
Well, I think, it's going to feel a little different because we don't have the cocktail hours going and things of
That's
that
going to make it
nature.
feel real different
Yeah, that's
for the
real
audience.
different. Well, you know what's happening though? A lot of people are putting together watch parties and, inviting 8 to 10 people to their home. And it happens to be one of our sponsorships that we have where you can get a lot of benefits for doing that, or they're doing it on their own. But they're gathering in their own little clusters all over the place so that they are able to watch and see their friends, dance. And there'll be a ticker tape at the bottom so you can still donate the night of. Call for Health has generously donated their call center, so we would be able to have people calling in their donations. So raising money the night of is still going to be something that we're able to do.
How's that going, by the way, the fundraising? You told me last
Phenomenal.
week that it was sort of going off the charts. I couldn't believe it in the middle of
Yes.
a pandemic.
People want to give, people want to help these kids. And, just because we have a COVID problem doesn't take it away that the kids, still need to be taken care of, and they have their education, and, they have some emergency needs and things of that nature. And that's what this whole thing is all about. It's raising the money for the kids, and people still want to help. And I'm amazed. The fundraising's going great for the dancers. We only have maybe 5 sponsorships left. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, and
it's
that's
wonderful.
kids. Um, that's the George Snow Scholarship Fund. It benefits underserved scholars. These are really talented kids who otherwise couldn't go to college, and it's just gone through the roof over the last, 10 or 12 years. The money raised to help these kids. And a lot of us are very involved with that charity, either looking at the applications for scholarships or dancing in the ballroom. And it's really one of the town's most beloved ones. I'm wondering, how have these kids been affected by the COVID thing? I mean, what are they going through right now?
Well, and we're very thankful that we have an emergency fund to be able to help these kids when they're going through these challenges, because some of them, they've lost their jobs. One of our students, I think it was a 5-day notice that he had to move, and he had $12 in his checking account, lost all 3 jobs that he and had to move. Well, if it wasn't for the emergency fund to assist them, and this is not a payback, this is where we help them. We make sure every step of the way they're taken care of. So, it's not just handing out a scholarship and giving them the money and saying bye-bye. They become part of our family. And, it's just like if your own child couldn't get home, you would find a way to make sure that child got home from school. Couple of the kids didn't have any groceries, so we sent them out Publix gift cards so that they could go grocery shopping. I mean, just to think of being 19, 20 years old, and you're so new to the whole world, and you're starving, and you don't have employment. You need someone that you can fall back on.
Well, that's very true. So maybe that's why the fundraising this year is going through the roof. It really resonates. I mean, because the people who needed help before need it worse than ever now, and we all know that.
Yeah.
But some of the people who need help are those 8 dancers who are dancing. I have never been so scared of anything in my life. The year I did it, until that night, and then they couldn't get me off the stage. Once I heard people clapping, forget it. It was the best thing. But I'm wondering, do you think it'll be easier for them or harder for them to be on TV? Do you think it's harder in front of a giant live audience with all your friends? Or, I mean, I kind of do.
Yeah, I personally thought that it would be much easier. I mean, it's a camera that they're going to be dancing to. But if you would ask any of the 8, they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm dancing in front of 20,000 viewers. So they are thinking through that versus the 900 viewers, when we had a live audience. So I still think dancing, at the resort in front of all of your peers, everybody's right there in front of you is more difficult. But
Thank you. I do too. Ha ha.
yeah, yeah. But they're
So,
doing great.
oh, that's good. That's good. Will there be a theme for the evening? I know you probably can't tell us anything. I'll try to get it out of you anyway.
I tell you everything.
Well,
The theme is education is a game changer.
but I mean like a theme for the dancers.
Well,
She won't
kind
tell
of the
me.
same thing. We were going back and forth, and so it's kind of the education round. That's kind of
Okay,
where
you're
we're.
being very cagey and evasive. Uh-huh. Because I know that's part of the surprise of the event is
Yeah.
the theme of the music and everybody's costumes and who gets to have a goofy dance and who doesn't. So much fun. I think it'll be fun. And I kind of like that it's only an hour long. I think that'll be interesting to see. So in this whole process of doing it this whole new way, you've had to learn everything from scratch. What do you miss the most about the way you used to do the event, or maybe you like this better? I don't know. How's it going for you?
Well, it's a 24/7 right now and has been, because it is like putting on an all new event. What I miss the most is picking up the phone and calling George Petroselli at the Boca Resort. And in an instant, whatever I needed was done. I didn't have to do a whole lot. Now I'm having to learn because everything's new. And the team I'm working with Comar Productions and WPTV couldn't be nicer, easier to work with. And honestly, if I didn't have the chairs that we have this year, I don't know where I'd be, because everybody is holding everybody up, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe how busy you are, and I know it's right around the corner. How can people donate if they want to do beforehand, or maybe host a watch party? Will you want to give us a phone number? I'm going to be your commercial right now, Debbie.
Thank you.
Give us a phone number, baby.
So if they would like to purchase a sponsorship, they can call my cell phone number. It's 561-445-9922. And if they want to donate to one of their favorite dancers, they can go to ballroombattle.com or scholarship.org. And there's a link on both of those pages to make a donation to their favorite dancer.
Do you want to give us the names of the dancers before we sign off, or is that too hard to do? Can you read it? I have COVID brain, but maybe you don't. You give us 8 names and you win.
I can give you 8 names. We've got Steve Bernstein, founder and chairman of SBA Communications. Robin Bresky, founder and president of the law offices of Robin Bresky. Dr. Gwynessa Collins, assistant vice president of clinical ancillary services, pharmacy, laboratory, respiratory, community outreach, and population health at Boca Regional Hospital. William Donnell, president and CEO of NCCI. Tara Lucier, talent acquisition manager at Inspiridge. Kirsten Stanley, director of operations for Tammy Finder Holistic Skincare. Kyle Stewart, vice president, investments, portfolio manager of Wells Fargo. And Ross O'Connor, financial advisor at Morgan Stanley. Those are our 8 elite dancers this year.
And they are warriors, and so are you, for pulling this off with, I'm sure, what's going to be so much style and such a fun evening. And I encourage everybody to gather your friends around. I mean, only under 10. socially distanced, but I think it's going to be a great evening. And I can't thank you enough for talking with us. And we look forward to seeing you in the lights. So,
Well,
Debbie,
thank you. Thank you for having me today. And it's going to be a great night, September 26th at 7 p.m. on NBC.
Awesome. Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks,
Bye,
Marie.
everybody.
Bye.